Welcome back to Pro Fish. Today we want to talk to you about our lobster program and the different size lobsters we sell and also where our lobsters come from. The majority of our lobster program are Canadian hardshell lobsters. Now we also receive lobsters from Maine during certain times of the year. And the reason I say certain times of the year is because it's really important to us that we are carrying and selling a 100% hardshell lobster. Hardshell lobsters are distinctive in the fact that when you pick a lobster up, when you squeeze the body cavity, you cannot dent that part of the animal. When you come across a firm shell or a new shell lobster, you can actually squeeze in the sides of the animal. And again, what that means to us, being in this business for as long as we have been, the Canadian hardshell lobster, one, is going to hold up for a longer period of time. It's a healthier animal. It allows you to buy the lobster and know that you can keep it for 24, 36, 48 hours without it dying. Two, the yield of meat in a Canadian hardshell is much higher than a firm shell lobster. Typically, when you buy a lobster, industry standard, industry tests have said that of this animal, 26% of this should be meat content. Meat coming from the claws, meat coming from the tail. The rest of the animal, the other 74, 76% is going to be the shell, the carcass, the antennas, and the other good stuff. So when you get a new shell, your yield goes down. So instead of being at 26%, you may be closer to 20, 22%. Well, that 4%, when you're paying the amount of money you're paying for lobster, broken off and is growing back, or it's just much smaller. So with the restaurants that we sell to and with the retail trade that we have, there's different interest in all sizes. Some people who want to make a lobster roll will use the call only because it's the least expensive of all the lobsters. So the people who want to put on a really good display of lobster, they want to buy the 2 to 3 pound lobster. So again, depending on what your interest level is, depending on what your appetite is, depending on what your menu is, there's a different size for everybody. Here's a good example of the 2 pound lobsters that we're carrying out of our tank. As you can tell from the 2 pound lobster, usually you get one claw which is extremely large. There's a lot of heavy meat in there. The other claw is good size as well. And you'll get the largest tail, so you're probably getting a 4 to 5 ounce tail off of this animal. And again, one of the characteristics, as I was mentioned earlier, the Canadian hardshell, when I try to squeeze this lobster, I cannot dent the sides when I'm squeezing